Sean Doyle, third place on the grid for the Leinster Trophy. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah, it's nice for the first time out in the car. It's good. They're good cars to drive and nice and slidey around in the wet.
What's the plan? Can you win this?
We'll see. We'll see what these two boys would do in front.
Okay, Tristan Quinn. You did the big. You're the man with the pace and testing. You won the race yesterday. The wet grid didn't really go for you in terms of how you went yesterday.
Yeah, I would have, of course, preferred a dry after what happened yesterday. Yeah, but I was happy enough. Kevin did a great job, but was within a couple of tenths, so I'll take that today anyway.
Nice to have your name on this trophy.
That's the plan. Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Kevin Sheane, double champion, fighting for the championship this year, and you're on pole for the Leinster Trophy.
Yeah, worked out well today. I was very lucky with the weather. Hopefully now I'll get a wet afternoon now and we'll be laughing for the afternoon.
I thought the theory was you're supposed to be smooth in the wet. You were sideways everywhere.
It works a bit both ways.
What's the plan now for the race?
Hopefully it'll bucket down rain and I'll drive away into the distance hopefully with a bit of luck. But you have to get around the first corner first, so we'll see what happens.
Kevin, you've done a lot of winning, and as you said, you've won 2 championships. You also build the cars down in Wicklow.
I do indeed.
What would it mean to you to have your name on this trophy?
It'd mean an awful lot, but I'd rather have that championship at the end of the season, I think, to be honest.
Perfect, okay, thanks guys.
That's great. Thanks very much.
Lovely. So welcome to some extra race highlights from the Leinster Trophy Race Meeting 2012. So on board with Anton Savage, started at the back of the grid, didn't qualify, and great start for him, and it's like a video game as he charges up through the grid, splits the identical cars there of Joe Smith by Jennifer Mullen down the inside of Gilbert Clancy. That is next on his shopping list now is the silver car of John Linnane, right behind him, coming out of forward corner and heading for turn 2. And watch this for aggressive driving as ever, all the way in over the curve from Anton Savage. That gets him a good run, gets alongside John Linnane. Linnane puts the squeeze on him though, and Anton Savage doesn't back out. Down the outside of turn 3, a hairy manoeuvre in these cars, right round the outside. Now he's going to have a look at Gary Corcoran in the immaculate auto body car there on the right hand side, the SOS auto body. He's gone around the outside of him at the second apex of turn 3. That leaves him on the inside for the S's as he comes down here. And next on the list, it looks like Damien Murphy, the Formula V racer. And Damien Murphy having a go in a Formula Sheane for the first time. Used to live in the lodge in Mondello Park. His parents, John and Marika, ran the circuit in the mid-80s, so he'll know his way around the circuit. Oh, big oversteer moment there for Anton Savage as he changes down. And the car just cutting out there. An electrical problem, it looks like, just shutting off all the good work being undone, as these other cars just shoot by. Nothing he can do. He's fumbling, looking for gears there. Great battles going on. That's Gilbert Clancy. A little bit of contact with him and Aidan Byrne. Aidan Byrne's front wing being bent up in the air and around he goes. Hugely experienced driver. And just having a go in the Shanes again, having bought back his old car, trying to get the car started. Should be no problem firing it up, and he'll be able to rejoin. Anton Savage is back going again, and that looks like Gilbert Clancy's got a good run out of Dunlop Corner, gets alongside number 69 there down the main straight. Not much difference in any of these Formula Sheane cars in a straight line. Still alongside Gilbert Clancy. Jennifer Mullen in the Golden Pages, .ie car now next on the list. She's laid enough on the brakes, but he just gets down the inside. We're on board with her now, coming out of Ford Corner, that is. And through the next left-hander, and Savage so committed through turn 2 there, and Jennifer Mullen just dropping back a little bit. Anton Savage, of course, front-running pace. John Linnane going a little bit wide now and under attack from Owen Crowley, that is the young Cork driver, who's done really well this year in Formula Sheane, and that looks like Savage chasing them down again. And here comes Aidan Byrne again, the distinctive front end after that damage earlier on. He's under attack now from Jennifer Mullen. She's right with him as they come down into forward corner. Very close stuff. Great battles all the way down the grid, as there always are in Formula Sheane. And heading through Adelaide Insurance Corner now, turn 2. On board again with Savage. He really is the entertainer in this one, and just look how aggressive he is with the car. Even his steering inputs, he's not smooth at all. He grabs the car by the scruff of the neck. John Linnane again. Linnane covers the inside right to the outside there, out over the curb, but side by side now on the run out to this long right hand corner, but moves back to take the racing line right in over the grass there. Aggressive stuff, as we've come to expect from Anton Savage. He really is great to watch. It's a shame he started at the back. I wonder could he have given the front runners a run here. Certainly plenty of pace. He's back up with Owen Crowley again now in the red car. So both of these Sheane run cars, both run by David Sheane, the man that builds these cars. And again, right in over the curves. He's so hard on the car, Anton Savage, but he does get good lap times from it. Crowley though very quick, won't let him by too easily. He doesn't get the run on him as they go through the first apex of turn 3. Will he try down the inside? He does get down the inside just about. A little bit half-hearted, but Crowley goes a little bit wide, and that allows Savage through. He's up another place, and that looks like Damien Murphy again in front of the blue car. That's one of Robbie Park's cars rented out for the weekend. So he's about to be repassed perhaps again by the charging Anton Savage. Great coverage now as he goes right out onto the curbs along this straight and then through the right-hand corner, which leads onto the longest straight on the circuit. This is it from outside now as he closes in again on Damien Murphy. Has a go down the inside, but Damien Murphy closes the door on that occasion. Doesn't get around, goes Crowley there, back end of the car, just getting away, gets on the power a little bit too early, but recovers quickly, doesn't lose the place, and gets going again. And still chasing Damien Murphy is Anton Savage. He's finding him a harder nut to crack. This happens as you progress up through the grid. Of course, you're catching quicker guys. It's not going to be as easy to get by them. And Damien Murphy just putting the car in the centre of the road there. Doesn't want to give an inch to Anton Savage. Savage gets into the apex there for the left-hander. A little bit quicker perhaps on the way out, but there's not much difference as we saw on a straight line. Throws it down the inside into the right-hand corner and again doesn't complete the manoeuvre on the brakes, but Murphy leaves him the room in over the curb again, and that gets him by as they come out onto that long, fast back straight. So that is Anton Savage up another place. Closing in now on, it looks like Gary Corcoran. It is indeed in the SOS auto body car, immaculate car, one of the best presented cars out there, but he's under attack now, and a better line through turn 2 should make Savage quicker on the way out to turn 3. Indeed it does, and just breezes by. That just shows how important the line is down through turn 2 on the way to turn 3. But here comes Joe Smith and Aidan Byrne on the last lap of the race now, battling away. These two identical cars, both were owned by the Byrne family before. Joe Smith hasn't been out for a while, but he's come back out, and this is it, a dash to the line, this one now between these guys, to see who's going to be in the top 10. Smith hanging on, but Aidan Byrne on the attack over the curbs and sideways there for Joe Smith. Really is hanging on for grim life, but Aidan Byrne going to have a go up the inside. Joe Smith covers it at the last minute. Byrne with a later turn in, might be a little bit quicker, gets a good run. It's going to be a drag race to the flag now to see who completes the top 10 in this one, but Joe Smith just hangs on with Aidan Byrne right under his gearbox there. Jennifer Mullen now comes out at Dunlop Corner, and it looks like a battle between Gilbert Clancy and Owen Crowley behind. Indeed it is, and Clancy just going to get there first on his return to the class, the first of the red cars home in that one. Well, Leinster Trophy debrief time. I'm joined by British touring car driver Aaron Smith, racing pundit Craig Elliott, and clerk of the course of the day, Mark Kelly. Aaron, you're first. What do you think of that Leinster Trophy race?
It was one of those races that I will watch again, because I just saw Kevin Sheane giving it big drifts at every corner I could see. Like, I don't think he held the thing straight at all. Like, and I think that's part of this class. Like, they drive them on the bump stops every corner, and it just makes brilliant viewing. Like, I loved it. Really, really good.
That's something everyone talks about with Formula Sheane, Craiger. A racing car is supposed to be smooth, and we always see everybody be really smooth. And Brian Hardy is known for being particularly smooth, but Kevin Sheane drives these cars sideways all the time, still wins races.
Well, I think he's grown up watching Anton Savage, who has been fantastic with the sideways action. But the start was crucial here today. He managed to hold off Tristan Quinn, got ahead of him, and then Tristan unfortunately had a few problems when it looked like he might be willing to challenge. But as I said, the start was crucial.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tristan Quinn was closing him down, and then unfortunately had a mechanical issue. Mark, from your point of view, I know you've been really, really busy, and we dragged you down here for a quick chat. It went really well. The Leinster Trophy, I think, it was a great race. And the fact that we've televised it and there's a lot of PR and a lot of new guys out is fantastic.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. I must say it was a great race, and it was a great kind of portrayal of something brilliant in terms of the Leinster Trophy. It has a lot of history, and I think Formula Sheane really deserves it. It was a slight pity that Tristan Quinn didn't last the race. I saw him pulling in, coming up the main straight there, and it was like he was kicking and squealing at the car coming up the main straight. But look, that's racing.
I think he was the man that was going to give Kevin Sheane a run today.
Absolutely, big time. I mean, even looking at the qualifying and testing times for Friday and Saturday, it was really closely matched, and it's a pity. But you know, Kevin Sheane, he stood his ground, and even with the drifting going on, which was spectacular looking, it was really a great race.
Yeah, he really is a peculiar genius, isn't he, Aaron? That doesn't work with you.
I made a point to stop everyone to watch him coming out for the last corner to take the flag. I was like, wait and you see this. He's going to come around and nearly put it in the pit wall. Like, came around, big drift. Like, yeah. That's what racing's all about. Like, it's deadly.
It's funny, we've been talking about Formula Sheanes all year, and Brian Hardy is really talented, really smooth, but he's hugely experienced. But Kevin Sheane is completely the opposite. Over curbs, opposite lock. There must be a sweet spot in between the two.
I literally think if you go down and speak to Kevin, I think he's probably one of the funniest people I've ever met. Like, it's just, I don't know how he gets out and goes so fast. Like, it's absolutely brilliant. Like, it just seems to suit him perfectly. You go down, you look, there's barely any tyres left on the rear. After every run he does, like, it's something special.
Yeah, Craiger, did you get some good footage for us today on the onboards?
I did indeed, yeah. Apart from we had a bit of an oil leak with one of the cars, so I think one of the cars will be covered in oil.
Second row of the grid, Barry Gavin and Sean Doyle.
Yeah, it was fantastic from them. I mean, they, you know, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, they got the cars, and all of a sudden they're on the pace. It just shows what great calibre that Formula Sheane can attract in terms of well, one, bringing a saloon car racer into single-seater races, which is just fantastic to see. And Barry Rabbit is a very, very good pilot, and maybe a little unlucky in terms of not getting up there. Maybe if he had a bit more preparation with the car, he could have been up there. But I was hoping today would be a bit calmer than yesterday. Thought with the weather this morning is now we might have had more problems, but it went really well, and people seem to be happy, and it's a great finish to the 2012 championship for everybody.
Absolutely good crowd here at Mandela Park. Well, we're going to continue this chat over a pint, but meanwhile, that's all.